We begin tonight with Campaign 2016. The latest Quinnipiac University poll released today shows Hillary Clinton with a 2-point lead over Donald Trump in a 4-way matchup, including third-party candidates.
Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson had a surprising 13% despite not knowing what Aleppo was when asked during a recent interview. The gap has narrowed between Clinton and Trump as Clinton held a 10-point lead in the Quinnipiac poll released back in August.
Well, some of Hillary Clinton's recent struggles with voters can be tied to her health issues after attempting to battle through a bout of pneumonia, only to stumble and nearly fall on camera.
Yeah, today she and Donald Trump released their health records, so to speak. We now bring in KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan, who I am sure has a clean bill of health himself, right, Dave?
Wait a minute.
Well, you can't call
threw
him
me a
sick.
curveball, okay?
That's my job.
Absolutely. Well, health is the magic word today, no question about it. In a campaign where the health of the country has been a top issue, all the attention today was on the health of the candidates. But the medical information released today isn't likely to quell the rumors and speculation about their health issues. Neither Hillary Clinton nor Donald Trump released any actual medical records. Instead, they released statements from their doctors about their conditions, which contained a few numbers on vital signs. After Clinton's stumbling episode Sunday and news that she's suffering from pneumonia now, she's trying to put the rumors and speculation about her health to rest. The campaign released a letter from her doctor who wrote that she has examined Clinton several times recently, including this week. And Clinton, she says, continues to improve. Furthermore, the doctor wrote, she's recovering well with antibiotics and rest. She continues to remain healthy and fit to serve as president of the United States.
Get some water. Yep.
To treat the pneumonia, Clinton was put on a 10-day course of the antibiotic Levaquin on top of the Armour thyroid she already takes to treat hyperthyroidism, and Coumadin, a blood thinner she began taking after developing a blood clot several years ago. Her blood pressure is 100/70. Her heart rate is 70, both within the normal range. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Tara Narula, a cardiologist, told Evening News anchor Scott Pelley the indicators show Clinton's overall health is good.
We learned she's had normal blood work, including an INR, which is the measure of how thin the blood is, important for somebody who's on Coumadin, a blood thinner. She had a calcium score that was 0, a cardiac calcium score. That tells us that her risk of cardiovascular events and cardiovascular disease is very low.
Mr. Donald J. Trump.
And in Canton, Ohio, Wednesday night, Donald Trump broke his 3-day ban on saying anything negative about Clinton's pneumonia. Although he didn't specifically use those words, everyone knew what he meant.
I don't know, folks. You think Hillary would be able to stand up here for an hour and do this? I don't know. I don't think so.
Trump ran into trouble earlier in the day when he spoke briefly at an African-American church in Flint, Michigan about the tainted water problems there and strayed off subject, attacking Hillary Clinton.
Everything she touched didn't work out. Nothing. Now Hillary Clinton.
Mr. Trump, I invited you here to thank us for what we've done in Flint,
okay.
not
Okay.
to give a political speech.
Okay, that's good. Then I'm going to go back onto Flint. Okay. Okay. Flint's pain is a result of so many different failures.
Before that, Trump taped a segment on the Dr. Oz show where he handed over a letter from his doctor about his health.
If your health is as strong as it seems from your review of systems, why not share your medical records? Why not?
Well, I have really no problem in doing it. I have it right here. I mean, should I do it? I don't care. Should I do it?
But the campaign refused to publicly release the exam data, which Trump shared with Dr. Oz. Before the show was taped, Trump's campaign manager was asked about his medical records being released on the program.
On a TV show, I don't think that he should. No, he was going to talk about the fact that he had a physical and what the results are or what the doctor may have told him to date.
So all we really know about Donald Trump's health right now is what his doctor wrote last December, that he would be the healthiest individual ever elected to the presidency. Not exactly filled with specifics or detail. But the best news for Trump and his supporters may be contained in 3 new battleground state polls just released. They show Trump is leading Clinton by 5 points, 48 to 43% in Ohio, by 3 points in Florida, 47 to 44%, and by 2 points in Nevada, 44 to 42%. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, not a Trump fan, says he believes many voters are finding it hard to support either one of them because Clinton, he says, appears to be stumbling and fumbling away the election.
People clearly don't want to vote for her, but Trump's big problem is that when they look at him, they're still scared of him. If he can convince people he's not scary, he'll win this thing.
Well, those new polls are clearly trouble for Hillary Clinton, who just a few weeks ago was leading in virtually every significant battleground state, but not anymore. She's scheduled to get back on the campaign trail tomorrow with a rally in Greensboro, North Carolina, after 3 days off to recover from her pneumonia. Lena?